Hello, I haven't got a lot of battery, so I just thought I'd do a very quick little video, just to say that I had a weigh-in today. I had to be quick because I had to go to sports day after at 10:30, so I just popped in and got weighed and then came away again. But I weighed in at 10 stone 11 pounds, which meant that I have lost another half pound, which means that I'm still a pound away from my target range, but I'm okay with that because it's all going back in the right direction. It's come off a lot slower than I thought it would. I thought it would come off really fast, but obviously the amount that I've put on has been actual fat rather than other stuff. Kind of easily got rid of things like glucose levels and glycogen stores or whatever, and those types of things, or water and such. So but it's coming off slowly again. So I've got to now go 1 more pound next week to be able to get back in my target range. Been having a think about finding. Cause I was thinking about Ivetka, because Ivetka's very good and she congratulates herself on things very well. The other day she was doing a video about healthy eating, and she said she gave herself a pat on the back because she'd done very well and cooked nicely for her family. I'm really rubbish at those types of things. It's just not something I do. There's a bit of me that always thinks I should have done it already anyway, so I don't see any reason why to congratulate myself. So I feel like I have to try and switch around my view of that. And in order to keep myself on plan and on target, I'm going to try and create myself a thing in my head, something to aim for. And there's a Truncheonbury festival local to us that we're going to be helping with. Is in the end of August 24th. It's the August bank holiday, and there's a little bit of me that wants to at least be back down to 10 stone 7 by the time I go and help out at that, which is about £4. So there's just under 2 months, so I sort of think I could probably achieve that within that time frame. Obviously I'd love to be 10 stone by then, but I'm just going to basically put in my head that I will keep to plan every single day. Obviously sometimes it doesn't work perfectly to plan, things pop off, but if I do have to come off accidentally, then I'll put myself back on as soon as possible. But the idea is I'd be on plan every single day, so that I can try and lose a bit of weight ready for the Truncheonbury festival, because it's likely to be very, very warm, and I need to be able to be comfortable in t-shirts and short trousers, so that I can feel comfortable there and not feel worried about my pudgy belly. So I feel like we've got a bit of that for something to kind of aim for, and yeah, so trying to give myself a bit of positive reinforcement, a bit of reminding, saying well done for things when I've done things well, trying to think about my next habit is thinking about why do I not congratulate myself for things? Things I do are never good enough for myself. They're always, I always feel like I could do more. So I have to really think about, at some point I'm going to have to say that I have done well. So I have to really think about where my goalposts lie as to what do I think is good. Where do I have a level whereby I'll let myself say, okay, well done, you've done well. So I have to think about that. But yeah, I feel like Truncheonbury will be a good plan to aim for, to make it so that I've got something in my head to kind of onto the next bit, because I think sometimes when you have lost lots of weight and you're in the kind of maintenance bit, it is tricky to find a kind of a purpose and a reason why you're losing weight. There's a little bit of me as well that wants to get to 10 stone, because I feel like I don't need to get there. I feel like, well, what's the point? What if I don't like it when I'm there, etc. So I kind of need to get to 10 stone to kind of just prove to myself that I can do it, and prove to myself that it probably won't be that bad when I get there. I'm not going to, I don't know, explode or something when I get there. There's nothing crazy is going to happen. It's probably going to be perfectly normal, and I'll probably feel a little bit better than. I don't feel particularly unhappy. I just got a bit of a pudgy belly, and it'd be nice for it to go. And so, because sometimes it can be slightly uncomfortable in trousers. Lots of it's kind of loose skin and flabby skin from babies and weight gain and weight loss, but I'm sure lots of it's fat, and I could get rid of most of it. So yeah, there's a little bit in my head that I'd like to get to 10 stone despite myself, and I'd like to be slim and capable at the Trenchbury Festival. I'd appreciate that. I don't think there's much else to say about it, really. I was going to talk about a few bits that I'd done that made my life easier, because that's a good way of thinking, to try and make sure that find tricks and tips to make life easier. I've been trying really hard not to make my own washing up, in terms of if I use something to wash it up immediately. I've not been doing that with everybody else's things, but just habit making it so it's my own stuff, that I don't contribute to the washing up sort of thing so much. So if I'm making a cup of tea, I instantly rinse the spoon I've used and put it back in the draining board ready for the next use. Trying to find little ways like that just to make it all easier. Tiny habits. The book about habits has had a good influence on me, to really watch what my habits are and think about how I can use habits to make a good a sort of a good part of my life, make it all easier rather than harder. I did very well last week. I only caught out on the party day, because there was a party on the Sunday. My son had to go to the party, and I knew that I was going to struggle, because often at the party there's loads of food, and it wasn't that at the party, because I don't like eating in front of people anyway, but it was the backlash, the bit when you got home, that you would want biscuits and crisps and chocolate and such. And I thought, well, what I'll do, I will get myself some Slim World Friendly crisps and those types of things, and biscuits, so that when I get home I can have a small amount. And that worked to an extent, but I bought some Rich Tea fingers, because they were 1 cent each, but I get them one was just not anywhere near enough, so I ended up eating quite a few of those. So I don't think I'll do biscuits again. The crisps are the snaps, the sort of spicy tomato snaps. They're quite low sin, they're 3.5 cents, and they're quite good, and I like to eat them with yogurt. But again, I just ended up eating. Just my alarm telling me I forgot to turn them off, because my partner's doing the bedtime routine tonight, so I don't need those alarms. But I still keep them on just in case, because sometimes he's not available on the Monday night. Normally he does the Monday night. I was intending on seeing if I could keep this video as just one piece of a video, so that then I wouldn't have to piece it together in the what's it called, like the sort of video editor, but I'll just piece it together anyway, it'll be fine. So yeah, I had some of those snaps, but they were okay. They were obviously tasty, but not such a good idea for me, I don't think. I don't think I particularly need them. I think I find the Hi-Fi bars a really useful tool, because they're Healthy Extra B. You know, you can have 2 of them for Healthy Extra B, and for some reason in my head I'm not very good at crossing the boundary between Healthy Extra B and Sins. If something's Healthy Extra B, it sits in my head as that, and I very rarely have it as Sins. It weirds me out and I don't like it. So because the Hi-Fi bars are Healthy Extra Bs, they're not Sins, when I've run out of Healthy Extra Bs, I don't have any as Sins, because my brain just doesn't, it feels uncomfortable like that. And it's weird that I can go over Sins so much easier than I can go over Healthy Extra Bs, if you know what I mean. I don't ever think about having 3 Healthy Extra Bs. I think I've had my 2, because I'm sort of doing the Green Day thing. We have 2 healthy extra Bs and 2 healthy extra As. But the SINs can always end up going over. Like, I mean, I know obviously if I've gone over healthy extra Bs, it's basically going over SINs. But in my head, it's just not possible to have a healthy extra B extra ones. And so therefore I stop. SINs wise, I find it easier to go over in my head. They're the ones that's more, I can scupper myself easier, but I'd never, if I eat something as a healthy extra B, I don't ever eat, and I don't know what that is about it, whether it's the kind of the rules that works. But yeah. Okay, and also got a magazine, that was quite useful. But so yeah, and also thinking about the free food and speed foods, of how sort of making sure that focusing on making sure I'm eating the free food and speed food first. So I'm really trying hard to make sure that when I'm hungry, the first thing I'm not eating is SINs or healthy extra Bs. Trying to make sure that I eat some speed food and free food first, so that I'm not as hungry to start off with, and then I can choose to eat SINs or, you know, anything else I want after that. That's my battery getting low. We've got 15%. So I better wrap up here, otherwise it'll kick me out. So that's what I'm trying to do this week, to make sure I really focus on really filling myself up regularly, making sure I've got food made ahead of schedule, so that then I can really help myself a lot more. I'll just piece this together and I'll load it up, and I was thinking vaguely of doing a what I eat in a day at some point in the future, but it's getting so hectic recently that sometimes the extra pressure of doing a what I eat in a day video can sometimes tip me over, and I know that realistically it's sensible just to be careful. So I think there's not a point of doing what I eat in a day video and then that making me go off plan, is there? So this Monday time seems like quite a good time, because I've got an hour now before I have to start doing the next bit. So and the kids are out the way and my partner's with them, so I'll probably use this Monday slot to do my video in future, and like do 1 video a week sort of thing, like Jean does, unless there's some things in between times that I suddenly think of. But I'll surround it here, and lots of love to everyone, and I think that's about it. Alright then, see you later, bye.